Breaking news tonight in the case against Casey. Just within the past half hour, Channel 9 has learned Deputy Richard Cain has been fired. And already he's fighting his termination with an appeal.
Cain is the deputy who was called to the crime scene where Kaylee's body was eventually found, but he failed to find the body. We have live team coverage tonight, starting with Channel 9's Jeff Deal live outside the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And Jeff, Cain was fired for lying?
Yeah, that's right. I just talked to the sheriff's office a little while ago. He has been fired for lying in the situation in the search for the remains of Caylee Anthony. According to the internal investigation, it found that Deputy Richard Cain failed to properly investigate the situation when meter reader Roy Cronk called in August to report what he thought might be a bag of bones in the woods near the Anthony family home. They say Cain should have made additional efforts to check out the situation. According to Cronk, he really didn't do much at all out there at that scene. Just gave a cursory look and then went on with his business. Of course, months later in December, investigators did find the remains at that location after Cronk went back and reported it again. Cain was given 160 hours of suspension without pay for that. But again, what got Cain fired was that he lied to investigators about what happened that day and how he handled it, according to the sheriff's office. You might remember that Cain was interviewed twice in one day and then changed his story during both of those interviews. But he is not off the job just yet. As you said in the very beginning, he has filed an appeal. We understand he will be working in the supply room here at the sheriff's office pending the outcome of that appeal. Reporting live at the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Jeff Deal, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Also in the case tonight, George Anthony may have to face questions under oath again. Lawyers for Zenaida Gonzalez say they may force him to answer questions. He refused to answer yesterday in the civil case against Casey. And tonight, we're still going through hours of videotape from those questions asked under oath yesterday. Channel 9's Kathy Bellich is live in Orlando. And Kathy, the Anthonys are accusing Gonzalez and her attorneys of jumping on the publicity bandwagon.
That's right. They want to reduce this case to grandstanding to defend Casey, their daughter. But Zenaida Gonzalez says that she lost her job and her peace of mind after Casey gave her name to investigators and they questioned her. And WFTV legal analyst Bill Schaefer says Zenaida's attorneys were professional and polite despite the Anthony's belligerent behavior.
Hold on. Whoa, answer the question. You're asking me, did she sign that?
It makes them look as though there's something to hide.
WFTV legal analyst Bill Schaefer watched Cindy and George Anthony's videotaped depositions and says the Anthony's behavior is damaging to their daughter Casey's defense against charges she premeditatedly murdered her daughter Kaylee 2 months before her 3rd birthday.
I'm not going to answer this any further with that.
You won't tell me?
No.
Do you know?
I have no idea.
There's your answer.
Very arrogant, very combative.
Schaefer says the Anthonys now appear to be less sympathetic and less believable. If the jury doesn't like them, the jury's not going to like their daughter.
Can someone let me... Come on!
And I'm answering it, and then he cuts me off. That's exactly what the sheriff's department did to my daughter. They never let her speak. You guys are doing the same thing to me.
But in fact, investigators let Casey talk for hours, and Cindy's deposition was 3 hours long. They both talk in circles, and they both change their stories.
And a jury's going to look at that and say, quite frankly, like mother, like daughter, like father, like daughter.
Schaefer says their behavior might actually help Casey during the sentencing phase. If she's convicted, the jury might feel sorry for her and take into consideration her upbringing. Reporting live in Orange County, Kathy Bellich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
George and Cindy Anthony's attorney is calling the lawsuit over this case frivolous. Appearing on national TV today, Brad Conway accused attorneys for Zenaida Gonzalez of being more interested in getting publicity than clearing their client's name.
Nobody believed from the beginning, nobody believed at any point that this lady had anything to do with the disappearance of Caylee Marie Anthony. So for her to claim that she was the focus of the investigation is ridiculous.
Attorneys for Zenaida Gonzalez say they may ask a judge to force George and Cindy Anthony to come back to answer those questions they refuse to answer.